Welcome to Classic Game Room, broadcasting from the Intergalactic Space Arcade, and one game that I'm missing in here is NARC. Fortunately, it's on the Midway Arcade Treasures 2 collection, and it's really fun. NARC. You know what they say, if the game is called NARC, then it's got to be good. This 1988 arcade classic created by Eugene Jarvis is a must-play for fans of over-the-top arcade game action. NARC, the name and the type font with blood splattered all over it, says it all. This is basically the horizontally scrolling shoot-'em-up version of Smash TV, which I always thought came out after Smash TV, but actually it predates it by a few years. Yet, stylistically, they're very similar. And they are both the end to your quarter collection. They're impossible games, but you have to continue playing them, which requires a lot of quarters. If you're playing the arcade game, this is obviously the PlayStation 2 version, so you don't need to pump quarters into your PlayStation 2. In fact, please don't do that. There's nowhere to put them. The objective in NARC is simple. Shoot all of the drug dealers and collect their drugs and cash for points. Watch out for the ones throwing hypodermic needles at your legs. Is it any wonder that NARC was a controversial game when it was released? While the gameplay style is totally different, it reminds me of Smash TV so much because it's just outrageously fun and ridiculous, and you have to keep playing. Thankfully, the PS2 version doesn't need quarters, or else you'd need a lot of them. You have unlimited credits, enjoy them. NARC is really challenging. You just walk back and forth and shoot bad guys and dodge overwhelming odds. At some point the screen just swarms you. Like Smash TV, you stand no chance, but it's so much fun that you have to just keep playing forever. I'm not sure that I would consider it a great game from the gameplay standpoint like Robotron or Defender, but it must have made a lot of money because once you start playing NARC, you have to continue playing because it's like watching a train wreck in slow motion. You can't turn away, must stare at the mass chaos and carnage taking place before you. NARC is one of the early games to use digitized visual effects like Mortal Kombat and Pit Fighter to great effect. And more than 20 years after its release, it's still really fun to play and watch. NARC is just out of control. Stabbed in the head with a hypodermic needle again. I'm sure there's some way to get through this game with fewer credits, but I don't know what it is. I've never figured it out. Both this game and Smash TV stumped me. I love playing them, but I've never attempted to play either of them well. I played this game on the NES back in the day, and it always reminded me of the video game equivalent of Death Wish 3 with Charles Bronson. A great movie and a great game. NARC can also be enjoyed on the Commodore 64 as well as the Xbox and the PlayStation 2 here in the Midway Arcade Treasures 2 collection, which also has Gauntlet 2, Mortal Kombat 2 and 3, Pit Fighter, Wizard of War, and Total Carnage. This unforgettable game is called NARC, and if you think it looks fun, it is. It's NARC.